Alright, also look, welcome back to the channel, and in today's video, we're going to be going over the surging featherweight prospect, Diego Lopez, and why I believe he's going to get the job done against Breakout Ortega this weekend, and what future implications this will have within his stay in the featherweight division moving forward. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share so you can help me reach 1,500 subscribers by May. I'll deeply appreciate you. And make sure you join the official UFC Discord, link in the description. Alright, so look, this weekend at UFC Noche at the Sphere, we're in for an absolutely electric night of fights this Saturday night. The main event, none other than the undisputed bantamweight champion of the world, Mr. Sugar, Spice, and Everything Nice, Sugar Sean O'Malley. And he's set to defend his world title against the relentless #1 contender, Mr. Energizer Bunny himself, Merab the Machine Dvalishvili. And if you ask me, I think this is going to be an absolute fight of the ages, with Sean O'Malley bringing his unpredictable flashing striking style, going up against Merab Dvalishvili's machine-like cardio, along with his relentless pressure. And this is for the undisputed 135-pound championship of the world, so I know the MMA fans around the world are gonna be buzzing for this showdown. But all of that's besides the fact, because there's another fight that's got the fans on the edge of their seats. The featured bout that's been rebooked and is finally happening. I'm talking about Mr. I'm glad you asked, Breakout Ortega going up against Mr. Toughest Mully in the UFC, Diego Lopez. Now, if you've been following the UFC for a while, then you've gotta know who Breakout Ortega is. He's a veteran, a former title contender, as well as a submission wizard. But I want to take a moment to talk about this cat, Diego Lopez, because this man is someone that you should definitely have your eyes on. And look, Diego Lopez is no longer flying under the radar. In fact, he's quickly becoming one of the best up-and-coming prospects in the UFC today. And for those who don't remember, Diego Lopez made waves when he took that short-notice fight against the grappling phenom, that Dagestani rat, Movsar Evloev, for his UFC debut. And the fight might have been a loss on paper, but what Diego Lopez showed in that bout that night was undeniable. He's got serious talent, and I even remember watching a fight thinking this guy is something special. And honestly, for a short notice debut against someone as tough as Movsar Evloev, Diego Lopez gave him all he can handle, and my thought at the time was super simple. You give this man a full training camp and he'll be a serious problem for anyone within the featherweight division. Fast forward to today, and Diego Lopez has more than lived up to that potential. He has put on some spectacular performances in the octagon, most notably when he delivered an unforgettable highlight reel finish over Sadiq Yusuff during UFC 300, which had everyone in the MMA community buzzing. And look, that knockout alone showed that he's not just a submission guy. He's got some serious power in his hands, and if that wasn't enough, he followed it up with a gritty war against Dan Ige, proving that he can hang with the best of the best and thrive within deep waters. Now, here we are today, with Diego Lopez having to step into the cage against Breakout Ortega this weekend, and this could easily be one of the most important fights in his career so far. This fight has huge implications and could very well be a #1 contenders fight within the featherweight division. Because if Diego Lopez can pull off this win, then he'll legitimately be slingshotted right into the elite ranks within the featherweight division, possibly even earning himself a shot at the title. But what makes Diego Lopez so dangerous is that he is such a balanced fighter. Not only does this guy have serious KO power, but his submission game is out of this world. We're talking about a guy who can not only finish you on the feet, but can submit you from nearly any position on the ground. And that's kind of a rare combination, especially in the featherweight division. Because it's one thing being good at one aspect of MMA, but Diego Lopez excels in both striking as well as grappling, making him the complete fighter. Hold up, let's be real quick. He's going up against Breakout Ortega, a man who has one of the nastiest submission games in the UFC. Breakout Ortega is a well-experienced, battle-tested veteran who has gone toe-to-toe with the likes of Frankie Edgar, Max Blessed, as well as Alexander Volkanovski. This is a massive step up in competition for Diego Lopez, and we're gonna find out whether or not he is ready to face off against the featherweight elite. But here's the big question I have. Is this hype around Diego Lopez real, or is this test too much too soon? But regardless of that fact, I am super excited for this fight. And if you've been following me and my channel for a little bit, then you should know that I am a huge believer in our undisputed featherweight champion of the world, Ilia El Matador Topuria. And I've been saying this for a while now, that Topuria is the future of the featherweight division. And I genuinely believe that he is on the way to becoming the greatest of all time in this weight class. But imagine a matchup between Diego Lopez and El Matador somewhere down the line. If Diego Lopez can get past Brian Ortega, then I think he can make an incredible test for Ilia El Matador Topuria. But while I do see Ilia Topuria inevitably becoming our featherweight GOAT, the potential of Diego Lopez is very exciting, and if he can beat Brian Ortega this weekend, a future matchup between him and El Matador would be an incredible test for both fighters that could probably shake up the division as we know it. But I am very excited to see how this fight between Diego Lopez and Brian Ortega plays out this weekend. And that's all I've got to say for this video. Let me know in the comment section below, who do you guys have in this, rebooked fight between Diego Lopez and Brian Ortega? Let me know in the comment section below. But that about wraps up the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.